Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Moving to Sarasota. My name's Drew Beyer, and today we are talking all about the differences between Lakewood Ranch and Palmer Ranch. All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Moving to Sarasota. My name's Drew Beyer, local Sarasota, Florida realtor, and like I said, today we're talking all about Lakewood Ranch and Palmer Ranch, pros and cons of each, what makes one better, kind of describe the two of them briefly, and just briefly go over, kind of the differences, not go too in-depth, but just a little bit of an overview. Before we jump into that, though, if you guys could like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Helps me out, helps me grow the channel, keep doing what I'm doing. And also, if you haven't yet joined the Facebook group Moving to Sarasota Bradenton area, go ahead and click that link in the description below. If you're even thinking about moving to the area or if you already live here, a lot of locals, tourists, people moving here, all helping each other out, different stuff going on in there. Feel free to join that group. All right, let's start talking about Lakewood Ranch versus Palmer Ranch. All right, guys, so first off, let's talk about Lakewood Ranch. Lakewood Ranch is really its own little city, if I'm being honest. You're either going to have a Bradenton or a Sarasota address. So most of Lakewood Ranch is going to be in Manatee County. There are now a couple communities that are down in Sarasota County with a Sarasota address. However, the majority, like I said, up in Manatee County. So you got Manatee County schools. You're really just a very vast area. We call it its own little bubble down here. So Lakewood Ranch is kind of its own thing. Big benefits to Lakewood Ranch is going to be proximity to most things, especially commuting. If you're going to commute to Tampa or St. Pete, that's a big bonus for Lakewood Ranch. You're not as far away as being in Sarasota or down in like South Sarasota, Palmer Ranch, for example. Lakewood Ranch, definitely very commutable to Tampa or St. Pete. Still kind of a far drive, but much more doable than if you were in, South Sarasota. Another big thing Lakewood Ranch has going for it is just the bubble, really. So you have the schools there, you have healthcare there, you have shopping there, dining. You really don't have to leave. It's kind of like Disney World of Sarasota. Like you can do everything you want in Lakewood Ranch. For some people this is a pro, for some people this is a con. So, take it as you will. That's pretty much how Lakewood Ranch operates. Another big thing for Lakewood Ranch is, like I said, the shopping and dining. UTC is unbelievable. There's every chain you can imagine. There's some local restaurants. There's unbelievable amounts of shopping. The mall at UTC is massive. It's got all the high-end stores. It's just overall a really great spot, and you can pretty much find everything you need right there. And then schools, Lakewood Ranch, again, all the schools up there are very highly rated. Check out, for both of these places, go ahead and check out ManateeCountySchools.net or SarasotACountySchools.net. Both of them are great resources to kind of research the different elementary, middle, and high schools all around the area and in the two-county area. But again, Lakewood Ranch, great schools and very highly rated. And one other thing that is kind of good for Lakewood Ranch, depending on how you look at it, is it has like two town centers. So it's the proximity overall, again, just more reinforcing that kind of bubble idea. So it just really has everything that you need, and you can be in a downtown area without going all the way to Sarasota's downtown. You really just have everything you want there, and you buy or live in Lakewood Ranch because you enjoy that lifestyle and you want to, do that kind of thing. All right, before I go into detail about Palmer Ranch, let me talk about the middle ground a little bit. Both Lakewood Ranch and Palmer Ranch have a similar timeline, so you're not going to find anything built, way back in like the 60s and 70s, like some places in Bradenton or Sarasota. However, most of Lakewood Ranch and Palmer Ranch are going to be, built within the last 10, 15 years. They're still cranking out new builds like crazy, obviously, in both communities. However, they both have builds that were back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And all these communities are going to be HOA based communities, kind of your cookie cutter builds, if you will, but both offer pretty much similar things. You've got golf communities, you got awesome amenities like pools, clubhouses. It runs the whole spectrum from like minimal HOAs in parts of Lakewood Ranch and Palmer Ranch all the way up to your resort style living with pool, tennis, golf, bocce ball, pickleball, events and all that kind of stuff. So you really get to pick and choose what you really want. But just wanted to say that both of these areas, these communities, I'd call them, well, really these areas that have communities within them, they're going to offer pretty much the same thing. It's just more location based on whether you want one or the other and the different amenities that are built around that location, like what I'll get into here with Palmer Ranch. Okay, so now on the Palmer Ranch front, there's obviously a big kind of debate between Lakewood Ranch and Palmer Ranch, and the big separator is Lakewood Ranch is up there in Bradenton, Manatee County, kind of North Sarasota, at its most southern point, and it's kind of its own thing. Palmer Ranch is its big differentiator is that it's centrally located right in Sarasota on the southern end, and it's also the big draw is that it's about, in some cases, 7 and it's out to 10 or 11 miles from Siesta Key. Very, very close. You just shoot out Clark and you're pretty much right there at the south end of Siesta Key. Really hard to beat that location, obviously. That's a big plus for Palmer Ranch and a big, check compared to Lakewood Ranch. Also, Palmer Ranch has very good access to the Legacy Trail, which is a trail that was formerly railroad tracks, and now it connects what will be all the way in North Sarasota down to Venice. So you've got an awesome jogging, biking, walking trail. It's, I believe, 25 plus miles. I'm not sure exactly how much, but awesome thing there. And then on top of that for Palmer Ranch, you're really close to downtown Sarasota. Even though if you look at the map, you think, oh, well, it's kind of like South Sarasota and it's a little bit out east. It's not really that close to downtown. But really, if you look at how you drive, it is pretty close. And you can, at the more eastern or the more western parts, of Palmer Ranch, you can actually be to downtown in probably under 15 minutes, depending on traffic. Not on days in season. It's probably going to take you 25 or so, but there are some days when you can probably get from, like Arbor Lakes on Palmer Ranch, somewhere like that. You could probably get to downtown in about 15 minutes or so. So really pretty close, whereas like Lakewood Ranch to get to downtown Sarasota would potentially take you, 30 minutes or so, depending on where in Lakewood Ranch you're coming from. But yeah, overall, it's mostly a location thing between these two. Lakewood Ranch has kind of its own little bubble up there, and Palmer Ranch is less centralized. It's just more different neighborhoods built together in one big community, and it's more of a Sarasota based community, whereas Lakewood Ranch is still in Bradenton / Sarasota. However, it's more of its own thing, and Palmer Ranch is more of just a big community within Sarasota that has a lot of neighborhoods within it. All right, everybody, so that is pretty much it for Lakewood Ranch versus Palmer Ranch. If I missed anything, I'd love to hear from you guys. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think the best pro, con difference between Lakewood Ranch and Palmer Ranch is. I mean, they're both great areas. Like I said, they both have amazing amenities. They're both really good locations. What differentiates them for you, though? Would love to know. Leave me a comment below. Other than that, though, if you could like and subscribe, would really appreciate it. Helps me out, helps me grow the channel and keep doing what I'm doing. And lastly, again, if you want to join the Facebook group, that'd be awesome. Go ahead and click the link in the description below. Moving to Sarasota Bradenton area. Again, we've got like 7,000 members going strong, a lot of people helping out, and if you have any questions, drop them in there. But other than that, if you have any real estate related questions, feel free to hit me up, text me, call me, email me. It's all in the description below as well. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.